just remembered in time I had to unmute us.
Love it. I was waiting for you to talk and do a lottie.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, well, hi. Oh, there's Mum.
Hey, Mum. Good morning. I hope your shoulder's feeling better today.
Yes, and Charlize, we've got a few already. So, Vesca. Oh, how much of that I can do. Just noticed in the back end that the little icon that usually goes against the names isn't there, and the time length line thing. So has something changed? I don't know. And good morning, Ashley. So the 14th there, we're in front of you. So you are over the other side and in the US, I dare say, or Canada. Somewhere that direction, I presume. Or the UK. Yeah, so nice to see you here, Ashley.
I'm noticing it hasn't got people's profile pictures today.
Even in the live stream, I'm still trying to find that on my Facebook. Hold on. No, let me go and have a look. I'm still trying to get it because I like to check for in that background, you know, the Facebook itself that we're actually going live, and then I'll turn it off because I don't like having that distraction. And guess what? It's not loading very fast.
You are very pixelated on my end, but that doesn't mean that.
Wow. Oh.
Yeah, you were fine before we went live. But
yeah, well,
I've got
in our
obviously
back end,
yeah, I was just going to say we're obviously live because comments are coming through, but on my comment thing, I'm not seeing, and on the screen, I'm not seeing Annette's profile picture either. So
I'm not getting on any. I'm not getting that on any of them here in the studio back end. So hi, Nige. And we've got Nicole. Hi.
It's possible we're going through algorithm changes with BeLive between them and Facebook at the moment. So that could be what's going on. Hey, Ashley, from the US.
So from the US, yeah. Well, it was a good guess if it's still yesterday there now. I love that. So we've got now the Margaret, you're saying, yes, it is like that. It's a bit weird. I've noticed quite a few of the BeLive replays of things that I've missed live. Even the lives are actually more pixelated at the moment. So whether Facebook is coming up where it is doing some updating in the background and it drops the quality of the live streams. I don't know whether that affects the Facebook native lives because I don't do them very much at all, actually.
Yeah. I haven't done any since the weekend.
Which besides that,
and it was dark.
Photos have come up on mine there. So hi, Sandra.
Hey, Sandra. Hope you're well, honey.
Not sure what's happening around that. Yes, and that's what I was sort of thinking. Well, you know, we do a potluck topic. And I thought, well, even though I didn't actually catch you doing your live stream with that one, I thought, well, what a great topic to actually choose is, we do watch these live streams. We are actually broadcasting a live stream as live, and many others are too. And there's many people around the world who are audiences and the rest. And in general, what we actually do experience with live streams is watching video. And it was a surprise when seeing the doing the replay of what you'd done on the weekend, black screen or almost black. So it did have me intrigued. And then I saw comments from some that we know, as in Theone and Adair, and how exciting and holds you enthralled watching a black screen or nearly black screen. And I thought, wow, to lead into what I'd like to just have a chat about a little later is trance and trance states. But What actually were you doing that you were recording live as a almost black screen?
So for those that don't know, my baby girl turned 16 last week, and she wanted to do a ghost tour. So we went, and she wanted to do the Zedward. So we got a small group of beautiful ladies together, and we went down to Zedward on Sunday night and did the tour. Now, because we booked as a private group and just booked an investigation, and I've worked with, well, we've done tours with the Adelaide Haunted Horizon. So there's a plug for Alison and her team. Before they allowed us sort of free range, and we were allowed a video, but not when it came to talking about history and stuff like that. So we just went live in different rooms on my Facebook page. So you got to see what we were experiencing most of the time, sort of thing. There were bits and pieces that we didn't record because of the sensitivity of them and stuff like that. So the biggest one that most people have probably seen, the longest video, was in the bathroom, downstairs bathroom, where we had an attempt at mirror gazing. And one of the ladies before me, the lovely Tony, had a go and sort of got some changes coming through. Jamie had a go. She had her face change and stuff like that in the mirror, but then they asked me to have a go, and it was kind of like having all these faces come at me in the mirror. The mirror just went black, so I lost the look of my face, the room behind us, because when I was standing there in the dark, you could still see into the mirror because your eyes adjust to the light sort of thing with that. And we had a torch facing down in the hand basin that gave us a bit of light. So it was amazing watching the faces come out, the different faces, the changing. My face changed. I actually lost view of my face completely in the end. And apparently I know what happened. Spirit took over my body. Those around me were able to ask questions. But when doing trance, I have no idea what is coming through at that time, because it's kind of like my soul separates from my body. I step behind myself and I force the spirit to come in front of me so I can actually see on that soul level who is coming in. At times my persona can change, my voice can change, but they were asking questions and got answers and stuff like that. So I can only go by what they tell me after, because when I come back in and land back in my body, so to speak, and become aware, it's like I'm missing time in my life. So I don't do it too often. It can be a bit scary. I will only do it around people that I trust, that I know can bring me out of it. And I certainly had full faith in that Craig, the tour guide, as well as the ladies that things are jumping off my desk. Oh, my God. My phone my shop phone just literally went flying across my desk.
Do they want you talking about this?
No. Maybe this is not me. Thank God my orange juice didn't go as well, because it hit that. Okay. It's not on vibrator or anything. That hasn't rung. That was just totally weird. I love it. But yeah, so, it was an amazing night. But you have to watch. A lot of people go, why is it dark? We are in the dark. We had torches with us, but most of the time we did our investigation in the dark. So it was really cool. We got so much activity the other night. So if you want to experience, do Zedward, ask for Craig.
It was interesting watching the dark screen as just an observer of two of the replays. I haven't gone back to the others yet, as I mentioned to you last night. So I did see it. And it was a bit the excitement, anticipation of seeing what's going to change, and not knowing if it's real or not. By not being present there, but I still had those sensations within me of the energies that were there. Yeah. It just felt like it did transcend just the fact that it was, it was videoed. It didn't seem to matter. I could still, I could feel that. It was very interesting. And then the comments that, Deathione and some others had put, you sort of think, wow, isn't it amazing really what work spirit can do, how they do it, and the different avenues that they're using to really get our attention, to get noticed, to have messages come through and all the rest of it. So
that's it. And it's really weird. Like I love the physical stuff like that. And I know there's skeptics out there that question this stuff, but like even Ros, you after you watched some of it last night, you sent me a message. Hi Diana. You were watching, putting on beautiful.
Watching it,
excellent. You sent me a message just going, oh my God, even what you could sense just through watching it, not on the replay sort of thing, is incredible. And I love the way that works. And you know, we had one room where I can't remember the gentleman's name that came through, but using their equipment, we had a couple of different devices. We had a spirit box and we had a Obla, I think it's called, which actually brings up words on the screen and it speaks it as they come through. So we held a conversation. You can see that in one of the videos where us girls were asking questions. Spirit would reply through the equipment. The lights on the floor, the cat ball in the corner with the toy and the lolly, and the other lighting up thing, I can't think what it's called, with the aerial, all the technical stuff, you know, I know what they do and how they work, but I couldn't tell you then a lot of the names for that equipment. We held a conversation for probably 10, I'm guessing off the top of my head now, about 10 minutes. And it was like we'd ask a question, we'd get a reply. And it was just the flow of the conversation was incredible. So there was some beautiful energy in there. There was some energies in there that weren't so nice, but, you know, we were in safe hands as well. So, if it was too much, we walked out.
Yeah, and you were present in the Adelaide jail. That's where you were doing the video, wasn't it?
Oh, no, we were in Zedward, the old Glenside jail.
Right, Glenside, that's where that one was. Yeah. Okay. I must have said something about the Adelaide jail then. So you were in the old Glenside in the Zedward. Right, just to clarify, that's where you were.
So Glenside, for those around Adelaide or know Glenside, it was a mental hospital. The building we were actually in many, many years ago was a jail as well. So they had like the old cells that they were locked in and stuff like that. So you would have got some mental patients there. Deciding to watch investigations on YouTube. Excellent. Well, I'm actually uploading or editing some of the clip and just putting copyright over it that will go up. We are planning on doing Talem 10 later in the year. So we had such fun with the group. So I think Ros is going to join us if she's free on the day that we book for Talem Town. So, you know, guys,
great.
Yeah, and this is something I've been thinking about since Sunday night. If there's people out there that would like to get together with me, and Ros can come along if she wants to, and do a group with these investigations, we can book it as, like, I've got a good relationship with Alison and Craig from Haunted Horizons in Adelaide, that I'm sure I can book these venues with them attending, and we do these things as, you know, 3-4 hour tours that we can go into the history, or we can just use the equipment and see what we get. So we had a ball.
Yeah, fantastic stuff. I am looking forward to it. I'm just realising here's back out that way. I've put us back in, put us in the wrong order, but that's okay. What I do next time is drop out and come back in second, so that it is like that, because I just like looking out the window. Just a little break in the conversation there as well. I'm just going to remind those who might be out on, you did do the cross-posting, didn't you?
Yes, definitely.
So those who are on our other pages, if you could please make sure that you're actually on the My Time TV link, and the live video that's streaming there is where that chat stream, you know, what turns up down the side or underneath, depending if you're on a mobile, that is where you need to be putting your comments, is in the mytimetv.live one. So I can see it, even if I can't see your little face icon thing on the back end of this at the moment. At least I can see the comment and put it up if it's needed to be put up. So just that reminder, make sure that you're doing that, mytimetv.live, okay? And I just noticed that one there. Diana was saying, I was hearing he's got poked in not so nice places at times.
Oh, yes. There was one cell that we believe there was a rapist with what we know of the history in that cell, the feedback we got on the night that and things would happen in that cell sort of thing. So most of us girls were very uncomfortable being touched sort of in that cell in ways. For me, they seemed to matter that I backed up to a wall. In the end, I needed to get out of there. It was like, you just leave my butt alone. I'm out of here. And the rest of the crowd, like the group, just laughed at me. And Craig, apparently I walked out there very funny, or hurried out there very funny. I just went, I need to get it out. I knew how far I could push the boundaries and how much I was going to allow them to do. And then went, nope, that's it. You're crossing the lines. I'm now uncomfortable. I'm out. So.
And that too in itself is a bit of a warning for others too, who do feel that at times they might be, I wouldn't say falling into a trance state, but actually moving through a process that will take them to a trance state, that setting the intention that you are absolutely in control and you can cut it off yourself at any point. If that's the intent, with that intention that you can do that, it will be how you control it. But like you said earlier, with you knew you were in a safe group, you had people who'd experienced trance states before, able to bring it out if something untoward did happen. But it's not what your expectation is. If your intention is, you are in complete control. Because
and as much as you go into places like that wanting to experience the physical, for people like Ros and I and a lot of others, we protect our energy, so we're not taking on the energy of others and stuff like that. So to go into a place like that, we had to let our protection down to allow them to come in and to feel that stuff. Now, in that situation, when that happened, I wasn't actually doing trance. We were just standing in a cell with the equipment, seeing what lights up, having a discussion with Craig, the tour guide, and he gave us a little bit of history. And each one of us were feeling different, or feeling things. Some of us were feeling the same, others were feeling a little bit differently. But when you get yourself into a situation like that, the good thing to know is that you can walk out of that, all right? You can actually, like for me, all I had to do was leave the room. So leave that cell, walked out into a corridor, and that energy let go, because that energy is basically in that room, in that cell sort of thing. So taking yourself out of that space, you're taking yourself out of that energy. So, I could walk out into the corridor and it was fine. If not, I would have walked down the stairs and out the front door of the building to step out of that energy. And if you love doing ghost tours and stuff like that and it gets too much, just remember to step out of that space that you're in to be able to let go of that energy. And that should stop.
Yeah, I mean, it is that decision to cut that energy off. Because as you're saying it, I mean, my imagination is probably not the best word, but my intention is to visualise that it is like the scissors cutting that connection of the energy cord, if that's what it feels like for you, because we do all experience our ways of connection with spirit slightly differently because we're individuals and have those experiences that are unique to us. So with that, when you do your tours, I mean, you've had a few now where you've taken groups through various locations. Is it just that you've offered that as part of some of the courses that you've been doing, or is it just once off occasionally, I feel like doing that, organise a group, see if people want to go? And do you do some little mini training before going in as to what to maybe expect and how to do that cord cutting or whatever it is?
Well, to answer that question, basically every time we've done it, it's more about myself and my children. My husband's a bit of a chicken these days. He's been on, I think he did the Adelaide Dale with us, but after that, he decided that was okay. He wasn't fussed whether he went or not. but my daughters love doing it. And I love doing that stuff as well. And so it's just more, it's like a birthday, or there's, something comes up that we decide as a family, or most of the family, that we want to do it. Now, my oldest daughter didn't do Z-Wart this time because she had a bit of a reaction on the first time, and she brought stuff home with her and just couldn't sleep with the energy in the room that night. So that was enough to put her off of that one. But she'll do Adelaide Jail and different ones as well. So, it's just a matter of that. We book in, we do it. I've put it out there and said to people, I'm doing this if you want to come. And we've got a beautiful couple of girls, and they've got a friend, Jamie, this week on Saturday night with them. So I've done it with Ashley and Taylor at Strathalbyn and a couple of different ones. And we've had a ball when we do it. So anytime I do it or they go on a ghost tour, they always let me know they're going to go if I want to go, or vice versa. So we've sort of got this nice little, we've got a little group together that we can actually book it as a private one rather than joining in with the public. So we get more control over what happens in that situation, how we want the night to run, sort of thing, whether it's, history or whatever. So, and a couple of those girls, like two out of the 7 of us on the weekend, or 2 out of the 6 that joined me, are students of mine. So they've gone through a bit of knowledge in how to protect yourself and stuff like that. So it's good. I love it.
Oh, well, it's intrigued me, and I'm certain it has intrigued a few others, as we've already seen here with Esther saying, yep, I'm in. So
honey, it's on my page, or contact me and we can work out where you want to go. I know we're definitely going to do, the girls and I spoke on the weekend about Hallam Town. Craig spoke to us about Hallam Town, and I've done it a couple of times, but not with this group. And as a private group, we can do more what we want. So I think that's more fun in a sense.
Good. I'm just going to ask someone to comment about the sound level, what's coming across. At the moment, I'm hearing you in a slight echo and in-out, Leanne. And also to anyone, can you hear my dogs in the background barking constantly? I know Leanne can. Is it coming through on the video? I can't do anything much about them. I've actually locked them outside the backyard, but I can still hear them. So if anyone can just comment there quickly. It has gone quiet. I can't see anything. I wonder if there's some stuff happening in the background with the Facebook and the rest. I'm just wondering, Leanne, if I drop you out and you come straight back in, sound on. It's on, but is Leanne's, is it actually sounding a bit echoey coming through the video? Or does that mean the dogs are barking and you're hearing that? Leanne is weird and the dogs are hurt. I can't do much about the dogs, bugger.
I'll drop down and drop back out.
We might do that. I'll drop you down. You refresh, Leanne. Oops, I forgot to mention that. Come back in. So sorry about that. It's just that I had heard that the sound's starting to sound a bit funny with Leanne's, whether it's the mic or whether it's something to do with the latency, the whatever. Sometimes we just don't know with the technology. So easiest thing is to have the drop out, drop in, refresh, and here she is, bringing her up to the screen, hopefully. Yes. So let's see how that sounds. Great.
Is that better?
Well, there's a comment. You sounded ghostly before, and it's
the phone is good. Cupboard, so you never know.
Exactly. Yes.
Gotta love the way they work.
So, and Diana has said, you sound good. Yes, dogs are barking. You're a little blurry. It's all stuff that we actually don't have a great deal of control over, except for what we just did, having Leanne do a refresh. If mine gets too bad, someone can put it in there and I'll drop out and refresh. So that's just the way that it, and the stream will keep keep moving along that way. That's one of the things that I find really great about using this BeLive platform. It's quite forgiving in a lot of aspects. It'd just be nice if it was elsewhere as well already.
Yeah.
Like YouTube and what's the other places that you can go to? Your own website for another one too, which is what I'd like to do.
Definitely.
At some point. So
work in progress.
It is, and they are continuing to improve it all the time with lots of different things. So that's why sometimes this stuff happens in the background while we're streaming. They could be doing some sort of update as well with, I know, what's the latest thing that's coming on as a live, bringing it forward. I think it is to YouTube where they're going to actually have it that we can live stream simultaneously to YouTube as well, maybe.
Hope so.
Yeah.
Yay.
So
that'd be
fantastic. Yeah. And I've got to look that way again because you've come in afterwards. I'm just going to drop down again and come back in. I'm not refreshing.
Yeah. So,
here I am.
That was really quick.
Yeah, because I didn't actually do a refresh. I didn't have to go out and come back in. So that's where it's very quick if you have to change the order of who's presenting, who's there, so that I'm actually hitting on the different buttons to do that now, and it comes up with a different order. No, it's the other way. Which way are you looking? I'm looking this way now.
You look at the window, and I look.
I'm looking at my window.
Well, maybe I've got to look that way now.
So you can look out your window too.
We need to get it right. I'm looking at the stock on the wall.
Look, it's only small details. I just love the fact that we can come on live and do this type of show because it's also interesting. Yeah, just being ourselves. I mean, I'm not putting on airs and graces. I mean to say it's in watching so many live streams lately, and it's not so much practice, but it is practice when you get on live for those out there who actually want to do this type of thing themselves. I love helping people get comfortable. It's just forget about all the little details and let yourself be the natural. I don't put makeup on and stuff like that, and yet there's others who do full production studio stuff and everything, and that's fine. It's where they're aiming for and all the rest of it. But this is what you're going to get with me, and that's it. So
I mean,
it isn't going to be makeup. And you, yes, because you don't put
what you see
on.
Is what you get. This is who we are. Yeah.
And it's just being able to get in front of this camera, joining with a friend and just sharing what we love doing. And for you, it really is that involvement with spirit and the connection with people on the other side. Spirit on the other side, people, does it really matter what label you put there? It's stuff that you're receiving and able to share out. I don't do that as my focus as an only thing. So my energy tends to be spread out in 3 different directions. 3 is a big number in my life. I was born on the 3rd. I do 3 different things. The body work, the virtual assistant stuff, the psychic mediumship. They're my emphasis. Part of that body work stuff is more sound therapy. That's the emphasis I want. It's all that sort of stuff. How do you spread your energy? Yours is more focused, and I applaud that because it really does give direction and strength in what you do. I still feel scattered, but it'll work.
It took me a while to get there, though.
Yes.
It took me all my life.
Well, I'm 60 now, and I'm still working on it. I mean, that's the thing. Where your interests are, you're going to actually follow through with that. And when I saw, the black screen, that's mirrors. Yeah, I can see faces. Oh, there's lights there. And I could hear what you're saying and the rest. And then I started feeling this is a bit weird. It intrigued me because we can all have that connection. It's just something we need to acknowledge, be aware of, and grow within ourselves, the skills and abilities to do that if we don't feel it's natural enough. Well, it actually is. We just can't allow it. It's learning the how to let our belief system go of what we can't do and allow what is full potential and possible. Don't you think?
Definitely. Oh, exactly. And you know what? The right people come around you. When you're being yourself and just, doing what you love doing, the right people come around you. Like, look at the group of ladies the other night. I had Tony, Simone, Taylor, Ashley, Jamie, my daughter Tara, and we had a ball. We had a laugh. We were amazed at some of the stuff, and we can't wait to do it again. No.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking forward to the opportunity where I can join in too. When that might happen will be the perfect timing for when I'm meant to be there. It's just something I don't force as I must be and kick my butt if I don't type of thing. I'm very much a go with the flow person. And it just comes to mind some of these messages as I'm scrolling through and still no time. How we used to have the time thing on them. It's still nothing there for that. So I might actually refresh the whole thing. I don't lose that if I do a full refresh of my tab, do I?
I don't think so, no.
Anyway, it just as I'm going through and saying, how focused you are, and it took you a while to get to that point, but you can act, I just bumped my sore thumb.
Oh, how did you hurt your thumb? I did see that last night, but I missed what happened.
I created a hole in it, blood blister that actually pierced the skin and wouldn't stop because I'm on blood thinners.
Oh, no.
But it's really ouchy. And this morning I could feel, the body doing its thing with infection, the bugs and its own antibodies doing its thing. I could feel it there. It was itching. So I took an antihistamine, tea tree oil on it. I finally found a Band-Aid in my handbag. I had to clean the whole thing out to find one. So that's what happened. It's a tap out in the tank, rainwater tank. So I had to be a little careful there, and it was rusty. But as far as that goes, that's where my focus was last night, trying to hold that and not type and everything, doing the comments on your show, on your replay, or something else. There was something else that we had the live. We had
live thing.
So it was all of that rolled into one. I think I went to sleep with a throbbing thumb. We're here now, and it's passed on. That's time past. It's history now. So here we have someone who's had a funeral. I have my pop's funeral today. I'm wondering if he's found Grandma. So, I instantly say yes because that's what I feel, but is there anything else that you can add to that because you're so connected?
Thank you.
That's where that was leading
to. Troy, first of all, I want to say my heart goes out to you and your family and sending you love and healing as well. Reading your question, I got yes straight away. I actually feel that he sensed her energy 2 days prior to his passing. So to me, it's a feeling that she was there preparing him for that transition across. I do very much feel she was there to hold his hand while he transitioned over. I also want to say I feel very much at peace with his energy. His energy isn't very strong, which is very common for spirit that has not long been passed over. But I just get a beautiful, peaceful feel to him, and the smile, the love that comes through. So, and I think if you take a nice deep breath through the funeral and just relax, open your mind, or clear your mind, I should say, you will feel his love and that peace yourself. All right. So like I said, my heart goes out to you and your family. It doesn't matter how old they are. It's still hard losing somebody. Okay.
Yeah, it certainly is. Because we have that lifetime of connection with people in the physical, and it's a hard thing to let go of. But we don't have to. We can stay connected.
That's it. And
it's
that's
the
thing.
memories, and it is that spiritual side of who we are, soul to soul. And you're adding.
Wow. Troy's just got another comment down further, hun. 11:04.
Oh, I haven't got the timelines. I've just got to look for the name, which is
second
really
to bottom
annoying.
one, under Sandra, and between Christine.
There.
We found. Yep. We found him on the floor, and he told me he was with her when we found him in that. Thank you for your condolence. You are very welcome, honey. It's my pleasure.
Yeah. That's great. It's good that you can do the tracking in the background because it's very difficult at the moment.
Well, I didn't mean to. It was just that Spirit drew me to that response.
And you see, for those who are out there, it's being open and having that connection that is possible. It doesn't have to be that you've got to practice for years and years and years. Just allow it to open that channel, and you can be connecting directly yourself as well. Like Troy said just then too, that his grandfather already said that he was with Grandma as they found him. So it is possible. We know that. You can too.
Yeah, so for sure. And if you want to learn, because we are all intuitive, I've got online courses. My level 1 beginners will be up online in the next week, probably by Friday. That you can, and we'll start that in a couple of weeks' time. So,
and at some point I'll do something. Well, it's not going to be copycat stuff, but we all have our different ways of teaching too. So, at some point, it is an intention that I'll do some form of educational stuff.
Yeah,
keep your eye on that. Probably won't be
love it.
And who knows?
Also, I meant to say before when we were talking about the ghost hunting stuff, if you've got a property within distance of us here in Adelaide area, or even a couple hours away, and you'd be interested in us coming out and having a look at the property and doing a little filming, I'm open to all that stuff. So I know probably 3 or 4 people that would come with me and help me with that side of it, so we can bring instruments and whatnot.
Well, that stuff does need crew.
Crew that you trust. You can come.
Hands up.
We do have a property in Adelaide. We do have a property in Adelaide that we have, Annette and I have been invited to. We just need to put a date in place because it's still being lived in. So, need to get on to that.
Look, it's exciting what there is available because this technology does help it along too. But it's exciting what's available to be able to prove the connections, to be able to actually demonstrate in a more real fashion that this is real. It's not just people's imagination. There is connection that still is happening. It is live connection. It actually, it even though there'll still be those cynics and naysayers that'll still try to prove everything wrong and etc. Well, let them go for it. There's so much possibility.
It doesn't matter what you do, what industry you're in, you're always going to get the critics and the judgmental people. Who cares? Really? That's their issue. We have fun doing what we're doing, and that's all that matters.
Look, it's anything that touches your heart, really, and you know that it's for you. Well, that's what you're meant to be following. So, I get excited at what possibilities there are in the 3 things that I'm following at the moment, and hearing where you're growing, developing, and the ideas you're coming forward with. Love it.
Never stops, the ideas. Oh, no, it's funny. I need like another 60 hours in my week, I think.
I don't think they can make time or sell it. That's a pity. The struggle sometimes is the discerning what is the right path, which we actually get quite a lot of questions about, of course. And I'm just looking at this one, not to detract, but thinking, going back, we are here as readers, but just a reminder, with this show, it's not always about the readings. And I'm saying here, as far as Hope You're Well, love a card, my thumb's not going to let me shuffle the cards decently. And I thought, well, Leanne, if you've got one, you can.
I've got some cards. Yeah.
Those who miss out, I'll actually do I'll do the 5-minute type recorded video for a card reading thingy later after we finish here. That's what I did. I managed to do it eventually last week. And I see I'm not able to shuffle the cards properly. So I just won't at this point. I'll wait till the start.
Just before I pull a card for Vanessa, I do need to say, Mum, what's wrong with you? She says, Mum's not in. Laugh out loud. You're a chicken. Under Natasha, or between Natasha Johnson's comments, Hi, ladies have shared. It's that 4 or 5. Are you sure you're my mum?
Oh,
I love it. I do
on.
take my mum and dad to work quite often, but I would expect that's where they draw the line, both of them.
Look, it was absolutely a ball doing the Port Lincoln one. I love the road trip. I love the sharing time. It's good fun. Yes.
Yeah, definitely. So, and we love having you join us too, Ros, by the way. All right. Yeah. So, Vanessa, I've got Vegemite on my finger. Me scoffing breakfast before.
It's better than blood.
Lucky I'm left-handed. Yeah. All right. So I'm holding it in my right hand. So, honey, I get the empowerment tool. So I do look at how you're pulling on your power at the moment. There is that guidance, that strength for growth around you as well. So I want to say stand tall and shine bright in this energy that is moving through at the moment. All right. So we wish you all the very best with that as well. So, okay.
Sorry, I was busy doing a screenshot.
Good, I'm Vegemite off my finger.
Oh, it wasn't for that. It was to get the 1111 up in the corner as well. So, Vanessa,
beautiful.
There you go. Good timing for the reading. Now I've got to find where I was up to because it's hard without the time thingy on it. And, you know me, I like to actually go down the list. But anyway.
Yep.
Now we'll go back to that.
I just want to say happy Thanksgiving to those over in Canada as well. So the Canadians have got their Thanksgiving today.
Yeah, I did notice that as I flipped through. I thought, is that how yesterday or today? Anyway. We've already done it for them on their behalf. Yeah, anyway.
Yeah, they're today. Yes, tomorrow. They're today. Yeah. So
I just thought I thought I'd put that one up again because just as a mid live broadcast reminder for those who might still be on the other pages, do make sure you're on the My Time TV link, that one. So it can be difficult to track it when you're actually not aware that cross-posting means the source may not be that one.
Yeah.
Come to mytimetv.live. Okay.
But you will find the link above the Facebook page with numbers after it that you click on that and it will take you into the comment stream so Ros can see your comments.
Yeah, that is the one. I did change it.
Yep. And on the cross post I added that in there as well. So
doesn't it do that on the cross post?
Not the one I cross-posted from it, didn't.
That link is supposed to have the last 3 numbers being 504, I think. I'm not going to look now because it takes too long and it'll probably outsync me and all that sort of stuff. So anyway, we'll continue onwards because otherwise we get no readings done at all. Still chatting about the stuff I really enjoy. I like that concept of going into trance stuff. So
okay. Honey, I can trust your instincts around that side of it. So to me, it's the feeling when you've got the GP, the surgeon, and the physio, all with conflicting suggestions. I want to say trust your instincts. So where does your instinct sit on when either the surgeon, the GP, or the physio says what they think? So I want to say trust that because you are a really good gauge. You know your body. My feeling is you need to relax. I want to say don't allow the anxiety to take over because what you're doing is you are suffocating your body of oxygen when you're getting very anxious like that, and you're trying to heal at the moment. So your body needs that energy, that oxygen through its blood. So, okay, one step at a time, I do feel that you will be okay. I want to say trust the surgeon. He's the one that's opened you up. He's the one that's done the work. He knows exactly what's going on. So, but at the same time, I don't want to say I want to say don't sit still. You need to be active. So push yourself to that limits without overdoing it. You'll be okay. All right. I have to have a third surgery. Well, I'm not sure what the rest of that comment is. It's not showing.
Which is just what I was going to ask you, because I'm seeing that, like the 3 little dots, meaning there's a little bit more. So it's actually, do you see all going well, which we can see? Because if I have a third surgery, it'll be a huge, scary one. And that fear of it is going to add to that tension internally as well. So don't fear it. And what I've actually got, instead of shuffling the cards, what I did was just pull one out. And are we going to get it? It's not coming up with it. Are we getting that? No. Is it a blank screen?
It is on my end.
I'm just going to have to come up with that. Probably because I actually had it on no video. and it's muted. So, that was my fault. Sorry, everybody out there. But what I've got for you there, Vesca, is it's the ship, and it's about travel. What I'm feeling is just travel through it. It's more than just a day trip. It's going to take a little bit of time to actually get past the healing process of the one that you've had a couple of weeks ago. Allow the body to really heal and be in tune with it. And as Leanne said, do the breathing, take plenty of water, have the exercise, because it's the blood that does the repairs for us. Okay, and I've got to take that off that. The process.
I also like to see because I live with a lot of chronic pain and stuff like that. I imagine my cells healing from the inside out. So I might actually try and do that today, because I've had a lot of people send me private messages wanting to know how I deal with my health and pain and stuff like that. So I might actually go live on my Facebook today and explain a bit of that, share the tools that I use.
And one of the other things I'll mention too is that with a lot of what we can do for ourselves, since we've been talking about trance state, one of the other things that I do is hypnotherapy, and hypnotherapy is moving your brain, your thought patterns and everything. It's moving it to the subconscious level, and you're actually working in that, and you can do it for yourself. So that's part of that process that you can do too, is just sit in a sort of a meditative state and move yourself into that subconscious level, move into that semi-mini trance of self-hypnosis. It's not connecting with spirit or anything, even though possibilities are it might happen. It's not something to fear, because you are in total control of your own self through that process. Just have that intention when you sit to find that space for yourself to do a self-hypnosis. Contact me if you need a bit more detail around that too. But there's always options for self-healing processes.
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
and Ros is incredible at the hypnosis.
I have fun with that too. It's something that it's always going to be a two-way connection, because it is a therapist and the client, or customer, patient, whatever labels you want to put on things. It's a connecting. All that the therapist does in that sort of situation is be the conduit to help you discover for yourself how you can do it for yourself. That's my aim in hypnosis and hypnotherapy, because we can do it that way. Why not teach it that way? I don't want people to be reliant on me to come back every time. But, if that's what it needs until such time, you can do it for yourself. Right. That's with anything. And saying, the courses that you teach is going to eventually have them move on to growing into their own way of learning without your support. But there's foundations that are needed to teach, to actually have that basis start for the growth. You can't have a tree grow in the poorest soil. You need to nurture it, and actually, you dig a deep hole. The foundation is best when it's a deep receptacle for the seedling or the seed to grow into, with good soil. We do all that sort of stuff for plant life. Do it for ourselves too.
Yeah. And it doesn't matter, I say the same thing when a client makes a booking. They say, what do I bring? I said, an open mind. It's the same when you go to see a therapist, or go Ros for hypnotherapy, or even was it Vanessa with the operation? Was it Vanessa? Sorry, memory.
Vesca. It's very similar
sorry,
to
honey.
that.
I knew I had to be in front of it. When you're dealing with the surgeons and the GP and stuff, go in there with an open mind, not the expectations, because sometimes, like coming for a reading, people can walk in and they've got expectations of what they want to hear, what they want to be told. Spirit knows what you need. They will give you what you need at that time. So, and, you know, having an open mind no matter what you're doing, whether it's going for a house loan. I think I sent a comment there before. I'll say, honey, for you, I want to say, D, don't give up. But it's having that open mind. You might we might hit those walls at times, but keeping that open mind and that clear picture of what you're working towards is going to make a big difference.
It does. Am I looking up at you wistfully? Sorry.
Am I looking down? No, hang on. I'm going to look down that way. I feel like the Waltons.
I love that. Yeah.
Memories.
Exactly. Yeah, it is, but it's exactly.
Yeah. It's so true.
I just got distracted for the moment. That's why I was looking wistfully. There's birds in the outside my window. The birds, the magpie with her little baby one, and the baby one squawking and being a nuisance, you know, wanting feeding all the time. And I'm watching him. Yeah, she's doing a good job. And the dogs have quietened down until they showed up. Yes. That's all. Yeah. Life is just so full of different ways that we can actually discover and be, because what are we here for? To be who we are. Yeah, which is one of the things I say every morning. So at the 8 o'clock-ish. Yeah.
That's it. We've all got a purpose, and it's finding our purpose. But, you know, sometimes some of us take longer to find our purpose than others. And that's okay, because we all work differently. There's no right or wrong way. Hey, Debbie. Hope all is well. I'm sorry about my birthday. Happy birthday, honey. You're an October baby. Can I please have a card also I can my year ahead? All right.
Yes. I'm going to try this one out like this. How does that show up? Oh, no, the card isn't going to come up as the biggie. Okay. The one that I've got for you, I'll quickly explain why you're getting that one, Leanne, is the Tower. So good foundations for what you're building on coming up for your year ahead. It's going to be a little more involvement with some of the sort of governmenty type application things is what I'm feeling. So keep moving it forward and things will build and grow on that good solid foundation. So there you go for that one. And what have you got?
Excellent. So, honey, the cards I've pulled is the past life, okay, and the healer. So I want to say it is about looking back at the past, letting go of everything that you're holding on to, because I do feel that you've brought through things. Maybe if I go that way, it might be better. Things through from your past life. So to me, I want to say there's energy that you've been holding on to. Do the healing of that. So now it's a really good time for you to sit, do the reflection, give gratitude and let go. So acknowledge, give gratitude and let go. And when you do that, you're going to move forward really quickly. So I do feel there is, sorry, my throat's still tickling. There is positive things moving forward for you. So I do feel very good energy over the next 12 months. All right. You know what you want. Set your mind to it and stick to it. Don't let other people influence you, honey. All right.
Yeah.
I feel like I needed to be stern with that comment.
Yeah. And I think that is where and it sets those starting boundaries for what the coming year is coming ahead too.
Yeah. So I hope you have a really good day too, hun, for your birthday.
Yeah. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't do that.
That's okay, because I'm not singing. My mum.
My kids hate it when I do that, and they'd be really embarrassed if I was doing that on live streaming. Happy birthday, dear Debbie. Happy birthday to you. And it's echoing in here. It sounds shit house.
You have a lovely voice, honey.
You have a wonderful day.
I must share, though, because every time it's at one of our birthdays, my mum, without fail, will ring you first thing in the morning and sing happy birthday. So all you get is that chorus straight away into happy birthday. No hello. It's like, ah. She did that to my daughter the other day in the car, and my husband's sitting there I'm thinking, thank God Mum can't see him, but I'm dobbing him in now with his fingers in his ears. Tara's just smiling.
Oh, dear.
I love it.
A lot. When I remember. It's not always first thing in the morning, but when I do, because I have been known to forget birthdays.
Oh, no. They don't let you forget either, do they?
No, she hasn't, not over the years. I just thought, well, with Lily's wanting some help with the health and eating issues and the rest, look, keep moving through it. I'm just feeling reach out and get the help that you need. Even as just the guidance, so hypnotherapy can work for that type of issue with, eating management, that type of thing. Clinical hypnotherapy or psychologist or hypnotherapist type thing. I mean, I know it's something I can do, but go and find the help where you feel led to have it. The right person will jump out at you when you do your searching. Ask for the help that you need.
Yeah.
So
can I actually touch on that one too? Now, I'm all for Ros and back Ros up. We're not trained in medical in any way, okay? So I always like to make that clear, or Ros and I like to make that clear around it. So always ask for help. Honey, I get this frustration because I do feel that you don't want to go into hospital even though you're on that borderline. I'm going to put it to you as a question, and I want you to think about this without overthinking it as well. So following the first thing that, excuse me, that comes into your mind. I'm actually picking up on your blocked throat chakra as well. The question is that I have for you is, and this is going to sound really silly, but like I said, I don't want you to overthink it. Why do you feel that you need to feel the pain? That's where Spirit's drawing me, okay? So to me, when it comes to eating and stuff like that, my feeling is you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself, but it's like you got to I'm being drawn to the need to feel the pain. Now I'm getting goosebumps around that, which is usually my sign for clarification. Now that might not seem right to others watching this comment, honey, only you know what it is that you're feeling, okay? So I do get that you want to make changes because you are reaching out, you are asking for help. I get the reference to go back and look back at what it is that you're holding on to that energy with, that you feel that you need to feel it, okay? Because I feel like this is sitting in your aura, in your energy field. Okay, because when we hold things, I'm a big believer, when we hold things into our aura and our energy field, our body gets fed up with that energy because it can't keep holding that, and then it reacts. So the eating, that side of it, and I'm no psychologist or anything like that, so I want to make that clear as well. But I just get the feeling that there's pain there that you feel the need to hold, but it comes from the past. All right. I don't want to go on to that too much in such a public situation like that or like this, but I wish you all the very best and send you lots of love and healing too, honey. Okay, you are strong. Just remember that. Okay, we believe in you.
Exactly. Yes. So do reach out where you need. And there was something, because while you were talking, I was trying to find the next one. Now I've lost it. Anyone that you're actually has caught your eye, as I'm trying to scroll through and find one that's not to do with the sound and the dogs barking and that sort of stuff.
Yeah. The dogs have gone quiet for now.
I think I've got used to the fact I'm not going to be responding or opening the door at the moment. So, yeah.
They got tired of it. Cool. They'll give up eventually, don't they? And Debbie just says, Ros, where are you located, please? Interested in hypnosis. And Mum has replied to poor Elliot. So she can reach out through your links above the comment as well, can't she?
Yeah. Through the messenger on either the Ros Boundy page or my profile. I'm actually between Menangi as well as Port Elliot, so both locations are active at the moment. At some point, the Menangi one won't be an option, but look online, and it just depends. I do travel out if I've got prior payment now. I've learnt the hard way that I won't go out as, what do you call it, home visits and the rest, unless I've actually had the payment clear and everything, and that I know that I'm feeling safe. I've had instances where I haven't felt safe going to someone's home, and another that was a non-payment type thing. So it's certainly a possibility. If you're close enough, I can do that. But just get in touch, Messenger or the phone numbers on my, the, what do you call that thing? The business cardy thing that I put up on the screen. That gets directed to my private number anyway. So that's my business number, 0429096670. So, and Messenger is a message things on that. Many ways to get in touch with both of us. So that's where I'm at. Yeah.
There is a comment that has caught my eye for Lee Wallace at 11:12. Now, I felt her pain before I even read the conversation. So, yeah. Hi, ladies. Had a full-on year in our family with sickness, murder, and births. I'm mentally exhausted. Any messages for me, please? Love and light. Honey, first of all, my heart goes out to you. I do feel that I'm looking at anxiety around you as well, and I look at your own intuition. So to me, I do feel that you're taking on a lot of energy from others around you, as well as your own energy. I want to say you need to ground, protect your energy, and breathe, honey, with that side of it, okay? I get the reference from Spirit. You're trying to hold everything together for everyone. It needs to be about nurturing you now. So to me, I want to say step back out of that energy. I know it's hard, but ground yourself, take a deep breath, and you will see the clearer picture. Okay, hon? Sending you lots of love and lots of healing as well. I just get the reference to the next 12 months will be better, but we need to let go of the past stuff as well. So I want to say acknowledge what you guys have been through. Look at the lessons. Now, I know that sounds funny when you've gone through murder and different stuff as well, or had that loss and the illness. Look at the lessons and everything, because I do feel that you've come out much stronger, okay? I also want to just say for everybody this year, the energy this year has been bringing up a lot of soul stuff. So stuff that has been pushed to the bottom, like deep in our soul, that we've thought we've dealt with in the past but haven't really gone into the gut, like the heart of that stuff, okay? So look at why it's coming up now. It is about finding acknowledging it, giving gratitude and letting it go, because when you do that, you're going to really move forward in a very quick way. And this energy now, we need to go with the flow. We need to let go of the structure. So by doing that, you're really going to start to see a change in that. So I want to say, don't worry about what others are saying around you. Don't let others impact you. Just focus on you and just be the beautiful souls that you are by staying true to yourselves, and you'll find that things will just flow. You don't have to make it happen. All right. So Ros has got a card there.
And I've just taken off Leanne's video just to show that, I'm pointing that way, as far as the bridges. So, I mean, it will pass. You'll be able to cross it and look back and reflect on how it's been for you and what that's actually given you as far as your life experience goes too. So I'm feeling that it is big steps that are being taken through this year from those experiences. So do just, it's not feeling like go with the flow. It feels like, it's hard to
move.
Yeah, it is a movement. So it is like crossing bridges, but it's, it's what experience you need, as much as sometimes those things can feel horrible in the process. It's been a biggie. So there was something that I just noticed there. I don't know why, as part of the contact, the comments that have in that stream says, beautiful Margaret, I know I need vegan caramel and chocolate, please. Bugger the vegan. I'd have chocolate, thank you.
I met Apple with Danielle on Saturday, and first thing she says is, Leanne, I've gone vegan. I'm like, okay. So we're in a bakery full of meat pies and cakes. What would you like?
Oh, look, it's just eat what you feel you're being guided to
Exactly.
eat, in my view. And I don't know really, why do we have to announce to people, sorry, Annette, but it's just something, you don't have to announce to people that you're going vegan or anything. Just eat what you want to eat. Keep it as something that is just your thing, because it's something that we all have our choices. And it's almost like, setting yourself up for a losing thing with getting into energies of it's a competition to be the most vegan of something, or the truest vegetarian, or I'm a carnivore, you've got to eat me. It's just, look, we each have our own choices around what food is that we like to ingest. I like chocolate and caramel. I do like meat. I do like everything else. Everybody has their choices, and that's the same with life too. We each have what we are doing in that jigsaw puzzle, that web of life, that it's the enmeshment of what we are, of humanity, that knits together so well in how we get that balance of life, Yeah. So thank you for sharing that, because I enjoy within caramel or chocolates, regardless of whether they're vegan or not.
Mum, you can still make me the caramel pie. We were talking about caramel and chocolate one day with Annette, or Annette was there with her, and so she reminds my mum that she likes caramel and chocolate, so she's making sure now she gets the vegan version.
Yes, and now Annette's going to have to find a way to make her own. Is that so? I thought, look, it's just great. So thank you to everybody who has joined in with our chat stream in asking your questions. Yes, sometimes we don't get to answer all of them in our sessions. Look, if you are able to at the right time, which is Annette and Leanne are on tonight. You are on tonight?
8:30? Yes, 8:30 Australian Standard Daylight Savings.
And that's tonight. Leanne and Annette share that one, and tomorrow night Leanne does a solo reading session as well, and that one's on her own page, Leanne.
My Time TV, it's still at 8:30.
You're doing the My Time TV. Oh, that's in My Time?
Yep, that's still My Time, but I might, if you keep an eye on my page, I might actually just do some live broadcasts on there on different subjects here and there when I've got time. So I just got drawn to pulling a card for everybody in general. So the card that's come out is Healthy Body. So when I say now is the time to nurture you. So there's no better time than now. So in saying that, I'm going to have a nana nap on the lounge this afternoon. So all right, so now's your time to nurture you. So Mum, please don't ring me later. She always knows when I'm resting.
Yes.
So what are you doing?
Thank you so much again for being a regular with me on our Tuesdays. So it's great to be able to share time together like this. For those who haven't had their readings done, look, I will attempt to do some readings. It might not all be today. It could be tomorrow. It's when I have the time spare, because I do have some other things I need to be doing as well. So thank you, everyone, for being part of the show. Thank you for sharing it out like you do and letting others know. Definitely make sure that it's mytimetv.live that you're coming into, tuning into frequently for either of our shows and Annette's, or, whoever else. There's going to be a variety of shows there. And also for our own individual pages and what we do as our business, as our livelihoods. It's wonderful to have that support, because otherwise we couldn't keep doing this even, really. So please do that as well. I'm going to finish this time doing the celebrate and share thingy on that's within the BeLive, because it's actually sharing the opportunity to have a trial time using BeLive TV as the studio 2 that we're using here. So that's just playing there in the background as I'm finishing off, and it's lovely. Thank you. Next week it'll be the same time of the 10:30 Australian Central Daylight Time, which is Adelaide time, if you need the town to look up. And hopefully we'll be all refreshed and napped up and all the rest one by next week and without a sore thumb.
Yeah, definitely.
Blessings to everyone, and thank you so much. Keep an eye on pages, because I know Leanne has a busy schedule. Mine is busy with other things yet, but still, we'll get there. Thank you. Blessings, and we'll see you next week. Namaste.
See you later, everyone.
Bye.